Live from Brooklyn, New York, this is Stay Busy with Armon Sadler.
Well, you know that I'm the guy. I'm out here living life. I'm busy. Stay busy. Stay busy. Stay busy. Making moves and catching flights. So please don't waste my time. I'm busy.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of Stay Busy with Armon Sadler, brought to you by the Revolt Podcast Network. And this is the podcast where we have responsible discussions on the entertainment business and the entertainment culture. I am your host, head honcho, vegan chorizo poppy, founder of Bald Nigga Ballers, the Bald Nigga Bombshell, Chinedu, and one of two men to sit in front of Taylor Rooks and not tell a lie, Armon Sadler. We're doing things a little differently today, and you'll see why when we get there. To my far left is the man himself, Mr. Apple Music, Mr. Are You Sure, Mr. It Gets Biblical, Mr. Where There's a Will, There's a Way, his shiny teeth and him, Drip Skylark, everyone's favorite transplant, Will Foster. What up, brother?
What's good, y'all? What's good?
How you feeling?
Good. Nice little Sunday, back to regular scheduled program a little bit. But,
Right,
you know.
weather's getting back together.
Yeah.
Enjoyed a nice Yankees win streak.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure.
People got concerned when we were 10-9, but now we 18-9.
Yeah.
Like, what's up?
Just beat Boston, yeah. So we're doing good.
Beating down on them cheating-ass Astros, too.
Yo, facts. That's what you're
I don't like how you came in with the Cincinnati
I know.
hat, though.
It's crazy. You know, I picked this hat today, but, you know, I think a few episodes ago, I wore it, and my dad watched the episode. He's like, "Oh, shout out Cincinnati!" I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "All right." So I wore it again just for home.
Hardly home, always repping.
Yeah, facts.
And this week, Miss 2B's is enjoying a very nice, well-deserved vacation. I believe she's out in Belize, out with the baddies. I seen they had some custom shirts that they was all wearing, and I can't wait to see the videos to see what her friends is looking like, and if there's any potential opportunity for me with those friends. But in her steed, to replace her, is another member of the team, someone who I value very, very much, a backbone of what we do. If you see all of our social media clips, they come from this woman, and she has quite the resume in the game. We actually met when we interned at the Source together back in 2017. So Source family is heavy on the Stay Busy team, but she's worked at Paramount. She's done so many different things. Used to podcast herself, photographer, videographer. Like, her resume is absolutely insane, and I'm just honored that she takes the time out of her day as a wife, as a mother, to do the work that helps this podcast get to where it is. And when we get a bag, I'm going to make sure that she is taken very well care of. My homie, Zahra's here. What up, Zahra?
Oh, wow. Thank you so much. I feel like your intros are becoming like low-key kind of famous because everyone keeps posting them. So I was mad nervous, but like kind of excited to see.
And now instead of cutting one for someone else, you get to cut your own.
Exactly.
Add it to your portfolio.
Yeah, it's going to be real interesting editing myself.
Are you one of those people who don't like to hear your voice?
I used to be, like I said, back in 2018 when me and Bree did our podcast. I actually never used to listen to the episodes back. I would just cut like the clips that we needed to cut. But after a while, I got used to it. I was like, okay, now I should actually listen, because sometimes we do say some like quiet gems, even though you said like the pointed stuff, but then sometimes like the stuff that we don't clip, it's like, oh shoot, we could have clipped that too.
Yeah, that's my favorite thing. Like when I'm in the gym or just on a flight or something, like I'll go back to old episodes of this just to hear the progression and to hear how my thoughts and opinions have changed, but also just to listen critically and to determine what we can do better. So I don't know, maybe it's the narcissism in me, but I actually love hearing my voice. I love hearing myself talk.
That's funny.
But it's always with a critical, intentional ear, not just oh man, I was spitting, I was cooking, like not just that. But happy to have you. Thank you for joining us. You could be anywhere else on a Sunday, but you are here. And you came on a very, very good day. We got a lot of great things to talk about.
Yes, I'm excited.
I'm going to preface this, listeners, by saying typically, I have a I'm very analytical. I try to be fair. And sometimes my standum might seep into things that we talk about. Today, the stand will be taking over more than usual for a couple topics we get into, but I will still be the analytical, fair, insightful person that I am. But before we get into all of that, we got to talk about the craziness that is happening in and out of sports. So, Dianna Russini
Jesus Christ. Oh
is a former reporter for The Athletic. Mike Vrabel, head coach for the New England Patriots. A couple weeks ago, they were spotted at a resort in Arizona, I believe, and they was holding hands, looking real romantic. And you know what the internet does when they get their hands on anything. There's no sympathy for the families, the wives, the husbands. Both of them are married, by the way. There's no sympathy. It's straight to the jokes. And so the jokes have been joking for over a few weeks. And then it came out this past week that Dianna Russini and Mike Vrabel had been keeping up their side bitch, side nigga relationship since the pandemic. They were spotted March 14th, I believe, 2020, at a bar in New York. So that nigga was getting his last beats in before the world shut down.
Literally 2 days after.
Insane.
That's
absolutely
crazy.
insane. I want to bring it to you because you're the married one.
Oh, of course.
Your thoughts when you saw this craziness?
You know, I think, well, this is one thing I was thinking about on the train too. I saw that the story that they're trying to spin because, you know, like she said, he's a coach and she's a journalist and they do have very close relationships. But I think I just personally, especially in regards to those Arizona photos, I just personally don't put myself in positions where like anything can get misconstrued. Like call me rigid or whatever, but I'm just like, you know what? I'd rather just be in a place where I know I'm black and white and no one can say this, that, or the third. Because, and then I think, you know, to build on that, just as a married person, like you always have to be conscious of your person. Even when you're in a relationship, you know, if you are taking that person seriously, if you're with someone and you're taking them seriously, like it is something that you now have to do to take them into consideration pretty much in everything that you do. And so that's, I think, but I also think kind of like his owning up to it was a little weak because it was like,
sure.
He said, like, you know, made his speech. He's like, oh, I talked to everyone privately. It's just like, I feel like he should have just came clean. It's like, we all know, we've seen it.
From
and
the
you,
jump.
right. And like, the court of public opinion is often worse than like, he's not charged with anything, but like, you know, had he been, it would have been worse than like whatever he was, you know, facing in crime-wise. So it's like, I feel like if he's going to say anything and rather than play the silent game, it's like, just own up to it, you know. Glad he said he wants to go to counseling. That's great that he's taking that accountability and, you know, wants to be a better example for his people, and his players and stuff. But I also think it just looks a little crazy because Stephon Diggs is just wilding out. And so it's like, I know people are looking at the Patriots like, yo, what's going on?
Patriot
like,
way, man.
Did Belichick like rub off on y'all because he
Robert
was
Kraft,
going crazy
like,
when he left? Like,
it's nuts over there.
You know, like, bro, you know what's crazy? I feel like it's been happening a lot more recently. Like you can go back to Ime and Nia Long, then like just this past year, the Michigan coach. It's just like, and I don't know if this is, we're in the day and age of like you can take a picture and take a video of everything now, so people see more and you just get caught more easier. But because obviously it's been going on from the jump. Like people been having those type of relationships in sports and stuff. It's happening so much now. And then like I think recently, maybe like a few days ago, I think Friday, she deactivated her Twitter account. Like that's when I knew it was like when that happens, that's when you know it's like, oh yeah, like they're both caught red-handed.
And she was getting fried on the internet too.
She's
But
getting
it's like,
fried, bro.
But you got to think like, for years, she's been commenting on her husband in random sports videos. Like,
that makes it so much worse.
I married this average dude. If my husband leaves me or if I leave, like, she left all these breadcrumbs. We just didn't know to look for them. Like, it's like, yo, you was talking crazy about this nigga.
She was wilding, bro. She was wilding. She was saying crazy
and
stuff.
I think that's probably why she's getting fried up because it's like, it's one thing, like we saying, like, you know, adults are going to do things that they're going to do. It's one thing to cheat, but then it's like, you were talking smack and doing this too. Now that just looks crazy because it's just like, if you ain't like him, like just leave him, like you know.
It's crazy. Like the pictures you said in New York, the pictures at the bar is one of those. If you ever been to a bar with a chick and like you know, or a man and y'all sit like that, with the legs
locked in.
You
with
can't
the legs
not
like
sit
between
like
your
that.
legs.
Yeah, this nigga was calmly caressing her thigh.
Bro, I was
picture
like,
them kissing. Like,
I was like, oh yeah, like y'all was like locked in. Like this is like a real relationship. Like this nigga was tuned into everything she said. You know, he had like the lean forward and everything. I was like, oh, like this is.
And that's the thing too. I feel like, you know, they thought they were in some like hole in the wall kind of place, but like, even if they didn't know her, people know him. And so, like you said, with phones and videos and stuff, people are always gonna look for a moment where it's like, oh, what's that? Oh, I know that person. Ooh, even if they think it's slightly a celebrity, because then they can pull up some video. Oh, I remember 5 years ago I was in Walmart with, and then it's just like,
because people thought her husband hired a private investigator, but this was just people doing this for the love of the game, just submitting pictures and videos of them.
People know you. Like you're Dianna Russini and you're fucking Mike Vrabel. Mike Vrabel's huge as well.
Right. And people hold on to that type of stuff.
Absolutely. Yeah, you never know what's going to come in handy. And I think the additional worst part, which we didn't mention, is like she was giving exclusive reports on the Tennessee Titans, who he used to coach, and she would say sources. Now we know who her source was. So it's like, damn, like, was you, I mean, clearly they was really locked in for this to be going on for this long, but it's like, utilizing the side bitch relationship to also get info to do her job and be looked at as a scooper, as a high-level reporter. It's like,
that's another thing, too. It's like, bro. The lines are just, it's getting so blurry for the journalism. I know we talk about journalism and just investigative reporting, like stuff like that all the time now. And it's like, the lines are getting blurred. You fuck it up for people that really want to do it. There are people that like, and then like, you know what I'm saying? You see a lot of women reporters coming out now trying to defend their place in the game. And I feel them because she, you know, it's not she fucked up. Like obviously they fucked up, but like you making it hard on people that, you know, it's hard for in this business for already.
I think it's just like music, you know, like with sports. Like, first of all, men already assume girls don't know about sports.
Exactly.
And even if we play sports, even if we watch sports, your opinion is not taken as heavily as it is. Like, you know, there's a lot of women commentators, but they're probably beyond college. They're on the games that aren't televised. You know, you have to go, they're on women's sports. You have to go seek it. So the ones that do seep through, you know, like that, Malika and this girl lady and other people, Mary Kay from the Browns and stuff. Like, you really do have to be, you know, on your shit because
be special,
you do, unfortunately, like, not unfortunately, but fortunately, like, you do carry the rest of us with you when you're doing everything that you do, because if more of us want to be in your spaces, like, you can't be in there and just making a mess and then expecting the rest of us to be able to come in there and do the same things that you were able to do.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Like, it's a double-edged sword. I've seen a lot of people saying, like, oh, man, this is going to set women journalists back. I'm like, no, I don't.
Not as much as it
I
could
don't think so,
have.
but I think people will wrongly attribute it to women as a whole.
Yeah.
Because certain men who aren't progressed enough already think, oh, she only got the job because she looked good, or she's fucking someone. And it's like, no, like, like we said, Mina Kimes, Taylor Rooks, Malika Andrews, a lot of them know ball. Like, they really know what they're talking about.
Yeah, got the ball girl on ESPN.
Yeah, and they just happen to look good too. But it's like, they know what they're doing. They got there because of their merit. And so now, unfortunately, Diana's situation is going to wrongly cause a ripple effect, but I don't think it should. Like, I think people need to understand this is an individual woman. She was moving crazy. She had no empathy. Like, it's one thing to be a cheater. To be a non-empathetic cheater is a whole other thing. Like, if you cheat and you feel guilty, it's like, all right, you committed a crime of passion.
Yeah.
She's a premeditated murderer. Like,
she didn't even say
cheater.
She first degree cheater.
She didn't even say she was going to counseling. Like, she don't give a fuck.
She got off social media. She resigned from her job.
Well, because I think her stuff was like voluntary. Like, she saw that she was getting fried up. Because in that article that we read, she didn't get fired.
She didn't.
People were supporting her, so she didn't have to leave. So her resignation and her like stepping back was her like, okay, y'all frying me up. Like, I don't got too much time to explain this.
Do y'all think she works again? Like, do you think she?
I do.
Works in sports again?
That she goes you remember the Rachel Nichols situation from a couple years ago, which was different because it was race, but like Rachel just was off major networks for a while, kind of did her indie thing, worked her way back up to a major network.
I think that'll happen.
I think that will happen.
Even with TV shows, like, you know, and a lot of people got kind of real dip in the Me Too thing or this, that, and the third, you know, they phased a lot of characters out and now you're starting to see them kind of seep back in. So I think I think that's just a trend that I see like with celebrities in general. It's like if something happens and you kind of just lay low for a while,
you can eventually rehab your image.
Then you can come back and because people, you know,
time heals all. Or make people, you know,
forget. But the people don't forget. But
it definitely depends on what you did. Like, I don't think if R. Kelly disappeared, people are gonna forget. I don't think, you know, if you out here doing egregious acts of things.
Facts.
But you know, like I think Chris Brown is a good example.
Yes.
Like, he didn't necessarily disappear, but he fell back from saying, like, speaking out publicly, and he just kind of has been doing his thing. And so, like, there are a good number of people who won't forgive him, but I think majority-wise, like, everyone's pretty much like, okay, we've seen the growth, and we can move on.
Yeah, there's a statute of limitations in the court of public opinion too.
And it's also like, if we were just gonna fry him up like from the jump, like he shouldn't have had a career
at all.
Like if he can't take any accountability, if he can't have any redemption, like we should have X'd him out like everyone's X'ing out Target and all these other things,
Yeah. No, you spitting. Another cheating scandal arose over the weekend, and this one is even more incendiary than Dianna Russini and Mike Vrabel, because this is within the culture. This is basketball, and this is music. So Megan Thee Stallion, let me pull it up, see if I can find it real quick.
This is heavy, y'all.
Megan Thee Stallion revealed that Klay Thompson cheated on her and said that he was not, he didn't think he was capable of monogamy, and this set off a whole firestorm on the, I got it now. All right, so from Megan Thee Stallion's Instagram story. Cheating. Had me around your whole family playing house. Got cold feet, quote unquote cold feet. Holding you down through all your horrible, all caps, horrible mood swings and treatment towards me during your basketball season. Now you don't know if you can be, quote unquote, monogamous. 4 question marks.
Oh my God.
Bitch, I need a real, all caps, real break after this one. Bye, y'all.
You know what? I was going to ask you if she put monogamous in quotes.
She sure did.
She sure did.
She sure did, brother.
Around the whole family. You ever seen that Oprah meme or GIF when she's like, when she does, like that's
okay.
Like that's what I felt reading that.
Oh,
it's a very it's a very unfortunate truth, but bringing a nigga or a woman around your family don't mean nothing.
It's not
gonna stop them from nothing. Because if you are a non-empathetic cheater, you don't think about all that. You're thinking about you and what you want and who you want it from.
Yeah, and it's just like. Yeah, like you better be happy I liked you enough to even bring around the family. Yeah. Right now I'm being funny too. Like don't take it too serious. But
we do not condone cheating. We're very empathetic people.
Yes. But I'm just saying
these jokes gonna happen.
Yeah, like like if I bring you around the family, like I always like you enough. I'm sorry it didn't work out, but just because you ate my mom's mac and cheese or came over doesn't mean it's gonna save you from.
Yeah, I think that's the thing that women have to learn sometimes is that a dude will be comfortable, and he might not have. And this is a situation where I think it's not necessarily obviously nothing she did wrong. He shouldn't have cheated on her. He should have just said what it was. But I think it was cool. Whatever their little situation was cool, and maybe she wanted more than he did, and he didn't know how to. Yeah. Unfortunately, at his big age, he didn't know how to communicate that. Yeah. And we can also see that I think she may be a love bomber. She may move fast in relationships. I know, we haven't seen the details, but we've seen her publicly move on. She was with Tory, then she was with Partisan, and then she was with Moneybag. There was the Moneybag situation too.
She might love bomb.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And so I forget what her zodiac is, but that might be not I think a lot of people don't realize they're love bombers, and they really are because
people don't know when to go home.
I think relationships deserve a slow burn sometimes. And a lot of times people are so caught up in but did he do this for you? Did she do that for you? What's the optics looking like on socials? You know what I'm saying? And you don't really get a chance to kind of build the actual relationship because you're thinking about the optics on the outside.
Especially when you're public figures.
Right.
You want to pop out at this.
Exactly.
You want to pop out at that. They was doing dual voiceovers on TikTok
and
together.
And she's been going through the Tory thing, so it's I need a win right now. I need a comeback. Maybe this is my lover boy. He can actually have a
She made his family spaghetti and catfish.
And sometimes
they hated it.
And I think that comes with self-awareness, right?
Yeah,
if you know you're that type of person, then you gotta know okay, I gotta suss this out first. I gotta bring it out in sprinkles so that you also don't get yourself caught up.
Yeah, I can.
Because I feel her pain. She probably damn, I did this, I did that. We was doing this. I thought it was all good, and then boom, she dropped.
That video of her, she was like, Klay got a game and whatever. He's going. She was making food real fast. Now that you say the love bombing shit and looking back at all those videos, it definitely felt like he was probably Jesus Christ.
This is a lot.
This is a lot, but I'm gonna let you rock because I'm just
And so some of those things like gotta fall into a rhythm. You know what I mean? Because like we see that, you know, like if
Definitely.
your husband works a lot and you have the time, like you want to make him, or even your boyfriend, like if y'all in that situation, if it makes sense, like I'm a meal prep for you, for us, like, you know, if that's something that you truly want to do for them. Yeah. But I could see, like you said, like if on his end, or maybe they didn't define it each other, and the relationship's not really, they don't really know what it is, and you're doing this like wifey type stuff or serious type stuff, then it's like,
burn, bro. You need a slow burn early on. You can't jump right into. That's like jumping straight into full domesticated shit be kind of like crazy.
It's a recipe for disaster.
It'd be like whoa, like
I can speak personally.
Yes,
I'm trying to become a slow burner.
I feel you, gang.
I'll be wearing my heart on my sleeve. I'll be getting this shit real fast. Like niggas call themselves real yearners. I'll be falling fast. And so with people I engage with now, I'm really taking this, and it feels uncomfortable.
It does
because I'm not used to it. I'm
right, because you feel like you're not being your true self.
Yeah, but it's like I think this is better for me in the long run, and I think a lot of people. I love what you said earlier about like her doing all these things. I think a lot of people look at the things that they do and they're like, damn, I did all this. But if the other person doesn't value it in the same way you do, then it's not going to be as impactful for them. Like, I can appreciate you doing these things for me, but love languages. It's a perfect way to summarize it. Love languages. Like, she may be acts of service, but he may be words of affirmation. So you cooking, you doing all this, like, it might not be as effective for him as it should be in her mind. Right. So,
and it should come from a genuine place. Like, it shouldn't be performative. Yep. You know, because I know also, like, on the male side, like, a lot of guys have this caveat where they're like, but I pay all the bills. I do this. Why she don't want to that? Why she want to work? And it's like, but there's more to you than just paying the bills. Like, you don't just be a provider and then stop. Yeah. Like, you know.
Provide some emotions.
Exactly. Like, you know, there's got to be more than, so like you said, doing those kind of like domesticated things or X, Y, and Z. It's like, are you doing it because you truly want to take care of him and like that's what makes you happy? Or are you doing that because you're like, oh, see, look what I can do. Like, I can take care of you. I can do this. But like, is that really like your mantra?
Yeah.
Her life and just lifestyle probably was a lot for Klay too. Not in a sense like, because he's dated a famous person before, but that was a famous actress, not Megan Thee Stallion.
Right.
So like, I also he kind of just got traded. So not just get traded. I don't know when they started dating, but you know he lives in Dallas now, not Golden State. And yeah, like I'm not trying to give him no like benefit of the doubt or like whatever excuses or whatever, but yeah, just seeing it not work out. I wish he didn't cheat. I wish he probably told her straight up like, yo, I've been in the league for this and that. I like to fuck hoes and do what I do. I'm sorry. Like, you can stay or you can like leave. But yeah, it seems like she was super in it. She seems like super heartbroken.
Yeah. And I think that's unfortunate because I can also see, to your point, that like she could have just been like the crush from afar. Like how, you know, a lot of us crushed on Ashanti and Megan Fox and like stuff like that. But then when you actually get with, then it's like, oh shit, like I'm actually with her. Whoa. So it could have been that. And then it was just like, oh shoot, I actually got her. And then like, it wasn't really much thought beyond that. And so like we said, for her, it was really something. She thought it was real. And also we got to remember, like, she's alone. Like her mom's gone, her dad is passed. I don't know what other family she might have like actually in her life to
trying
really
to fill voids,
right? And so partners. You know, it does also, I can see how like if he was somewhere that felt like a safe place, she could have like leaned into that.
For sure.
How old is she?
She's like 29. Yeah, I don't know if she might just be 30.
She's on the low end of 30s. Klay's like mid 30s.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes me think about the line women say, which I don't like it, but I get it. Don't introduce me to a vibe you can't maintain.
Yeah.
Because Klay, that honeymoon phase was probably lit.
Yes.
And then when reality started to hit and, you know.
It's like if you have no intention on doing this long term, don't do it.
Nah, facts, because it's another thing when I was talking to someone else about it, I was like, this is probably the first time in her life, too, that she dated, like, a nigga that, like, not like no low-end rappers or rappers. This nigga has $100 million. He's worth $100 million.
Right.
For four-time champion.
Like he really like got it.
He's
like,
more somebody than she might be.
Real shit though. Like so, it's just she probably was just in it, bro. She probably was like, I love this nigga, clean cut. He seems like a nerd, like the corny nerd.
Bro, she said in one of her interviews he's the first nice guy she dated, which is also very telling. That's dangerous. That's dangerous because
you got swept off your feet.
Right. If you are the first nice guy
into the other side,
she gonna go too hard for it, and she might scare that nice guy off.
He got you.
And I also do. again, I'm not justifying cheating, but like the whole monogamy thing and not knowing if you can be monogamous, it's something I've been thinking about a lot over the years. And I think in an ideal world or in an idealistic perspective that people hold, like you find a really good person, a person who checks all the boxes and you're able to be with them. But like it is a sacrifice. It is a challenge. It's not easy to just be with one person when you have access to the world like he does.
Sure.
Like, he's been with great women before. Eyes are wide open. He's a hooper in Dallas. Like we know what the women like in Dallas. Like Clay has access to whatever he wants, and so it is a real challenge. I believe even more as a public figure to really commit to one person. And I do think like people do reserve the right to change their minds. It's just a matter of like how you go about it. Like y'all said, just try to be straight up as opposed to, you know, stepping out on the person and then getting caught doing it. Like that's obviously stings for her. And it's a tough conversation to have with a person anyways. Like, hey, I'm with you. We've been together for a while, but I don't know if I could just be with you. Like I'm questioning if I'm able to maintain a monogamous relationship. So
yeah, that's definitely something he would have to sit and self-reflect on.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I guess depending, like, what do you want in life? Because it's like, I think this is why I think about it differently. Like, I think because there's so much option, it's more of like the specialness to find someone that you could feel like, shoot,
for sure.
I could be X, Y, and Z. So that's why I see it like that way. It's like, all right, we know there's mad choice. So if, now what am I going to do within that? And then I also think, it's like what you want. Like, we don't know. Like, did he get a lot of girls like growing up or in his NBA them, or is he still in that? We know his last like 3-4 girls was joke. But that's the thing is like, he in that phase of like, I still want to be out here partying.
Yeah,
he low key.
That's the part you also got to be honest about too.
He's low key a wild boy.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, we've seen pics. Yeah. We've seen video. Clay,
he's low key wild.
People been talking about it when Clay was in the Bay. He was outside.
But I also think a lot of times people just say that out of fear. Because it is a large like commitment to just be with one person.
For sure.
And so like I think if you can see it where like that one person's never gonna check all your boxes.
Yeah.
But if you can get your 80 to 90% in someone and get out, you're good.
Yeah.
And like
there's no perfect person, there's no perfect partner.
No, never.
I think the thing on the internet that's killing me is like, how could he fumble Meg? Like Meg getting cheated on, and like I remember years ago, people said it about Beyonce. People said it about Nia Long. It's like, hey, a beautiful woman with money and success, like that doesn't necessarily that may not satiate the person. Like if like the person needs some things internally, like characteristics, qualities, all that stuff. So it's like I understand on the surface, you're like, damn. Beyonce got cheated on, Meg got cheated on, but it's like if that person didn't feel connected a certain way and felt like you need to look elsewhere, it happens. It happens, and now we just know about it more because of social media and cameras and all that stuff. But like this has been happening since the beginning of time, and looks and acclaim isn't enough for.
This might be my hot take, but I think this is just like. These types of situations, obviously every situation has its own nuance, but I think these types of situations just show like sex isn't the only thing that can keep, or looks, or sex appeal, or something, like there's gotta be, because like when people say that, we say, wow, they're so beautiful, how could, oh my God, Meg is so hot, how could he, but it's like, it's not just the hot body.
Let me tell you how he could.
That's why these end up happening, because there's mad hot bodies, if we're just looking for hot, you know what I mean? Like, and so I think, nothing against any of them. I love Beyonce, love Meg, whatever. Like, it's never a situation you want to be in. But I think, unfortunately, like, if you do find yourself in that situation, it's like, okay, oh shit. All right, what can I learn from this? What can I take away from that?
Come on, you spitting. So. And to some girl on Twitter said, "Yo, no one knew about Clay before Meg got with him." Like, let's stop. Let's just because you don't watch the NBA a lot. You only know LeBron and Kobe and MJ and maybe Steph Curry. Like. They were the Splash Brothers for a reason.
The Splash Bros.
Like there was one season where Steph led the league in threes. Clay was number 2. Boy, like let's not.
They got a Troy Ave line.
Like come on, bro. Like let's relax on Clay. I understand lately he hasn't been what he was, but like the nigga won a championship just in 2022. That just happened. Like that was not that long ago.
37 and a quarter.
Like come on, man. All 4 dribbles. Like come on, let's relax.
He's crazy, man.
Let's relax on Clay.
He's crazy.
And not to shoot him any bail, but there's duality to these situations.
Y'all think he gets it back?
Get her back now.
It's over.
It's over.
Because it went too public. Like
it'd have to be some time.
Like it was like she put him on Front Street.
Because I also think she cares a lot about her public perception. And well, I feel like women, not to generalize or sound crazy, but like I think women in general do. So going back to someone who cheated on you is like you end up looking crazy. Like,
it is, and that's why I said I think it has to be some time.
Yeah.
Like it's not right now, but like I think in like 3 years, if they spun the block, it might not be as bad of a blow.
Shit, 3 it could be 1. It could be 6 months.
Nah, but that's what I'm saying. Like that's what I'm saying. Like if it's 1 year or 6 months, it's like, oh girl, come on. But if it's like 3 years, it's like he might have genuinely could have changed and really had time to like reflect on like, oh shit, I fucked up.
For sure. Let's move into some new music. Kehlani dropped her self-titled album. First album since June 2024's Crash. How do we feel about Kehlani's self-titled, friends?
I liked it.
I liked it too. I liked the beginning a lot.
I really enjoyed it.
Very sensual stuff on there. Like she's getting down. Like she's
I was like, oh, this is grown woman Kehlani.
She's leaning into her sex symbol like type of stuff. So yeah.
I was thinking about it when I was listening to it on the bus here. I was just like, she's filling that lane that Teyana Taylor left. Like she's always had that, tomboyish, girly, been able to ride the lane. And they actually have a song together, which definitely rides that line.
Morning, I love that song. I love that song.
It's hot. Yeah. But yeah, I think she definitely step up and fill that lane because like no one else. I know y'all have talked about R&B lacking a lot, and I was like, okay, this is back. She stepped into her grown woman lane.
Yeah.
And I had to look up her age. I realized she's younger than me. She just turned 31. I was like, oh snap! I thought she was a little bit older than me, millennial wise, because of like she had Lil Wayne, she had Missy, she had Usher, she had Lil Jon.
And she's been around for a while too. Like,
she has.
The feature list was crazy.
Those early 2000s feature lists.
Bro, the feature was
on point.
And the Little John song was hard.
What? This Usher one was on point.
Yeah, that was
like
good too,
even the fact that she had Cardi, because like Cardi's like in our age range, like it fit.
That one was hard too.
And then tapping in with Leon Thomas. Of
yes,
course,
that one fit too, and I was glad because I was like, okay, I know he made a big splash with Mutt, but it's like it's a little bit toxic, and so this one is like this is not so toxic, and I was like, but it's still it fit.
Yeah, very 90s 2000s production wise. It sounded very expensive. The album, it's very polished. She did an interview with my former place of employment, Vibe, and she was talking about how R&B people have viewed it as simple. Like they've kept it very minimal, very like it's like easily accessible for everyone. And I think with this album, the stacks, the modulations, the harmonies, all of that. It's a very layered, structured, well put together album, which I really appreciated. I
think that listening to this, like it made me think that like traditionally, I feel like people see R&B as this box of heartbreak and cheating and all this like pain,
toxic.
Especially these albums we love, like Mary 411, like stuff like that. When people, and especially like a lot of R&B artists, their debut album is all about that, fresh heartbreak, that stuff like that. And so I feel like it's hard sometimes for artists to like move past that. And so if you got now 3 albums of heartbreak and yearning and this and that, so people might put you in kind of a box, especially like, it might be great. It's good, the ballads, this, that, and the third. But I think with this kind of album, it showed you, it's just like, all right, I might touch on a little the heartbreak or the toxic. I want you back. Now get your stuff out of my crib. But it doesn't feel it. Yeah. It feels softer. It feels more like.
Yeah, I mean, she really just, this past year and then just like even this year winning a Grammy, like Folded really kicked the door open for her again. Like
it did.
The door was, it was cracked. She was still Kehlani and this and that, but Folded came through like a missile and just changed everything for her and has people really listening to her now or even giving it a chance. Like, and the album's good. It's sensual. It's grown, like you said. It's good, man.
Yeah, she literally opens on the intro talking about growth. Like growth isn't, it's not pretty, it's not all this stuff. So like I could kind of tell the direction she was gonna go. And I do give her credit for Folded dropped June 2025. Took some time to cook and then it became like R&B, one of the R&B songs of the year alongside Mutt, but like she really worked the record. Like she did the homage pack with all the remixes in October. She did the Colors performance in December. She did the live version of it for Spotify in January. And I remember talking to Nick, who used to be the producer and co-host here, and he was like, kind of like, yo, when's she gonna drop? Like I feel like the momentum is going. I was like, I don't know, we'll see, but I feel like it's coming soon. And then she ends April with it. So drops it less than a year after Folded dropped. She did a feature on Cardi's album. She's been around. She's been very present. Popped out at Coachella with Giveon. Like even if like she maybe didn't follow up Folded with another song of that level, like she's been present. We felt Kehlani's presence, and there was anticipation for the album based off of what we heard from Folded. And yeah, I thought she held it down. My favorite songs from this are actually more of the solo record. So like Ooh, You Got It, Still. Like the features are cool. I personally could have done without clips. I don't think they really fit on that song. And I know how that sounds. I'm wearing my OVO jersey.
The sample was cool, but
I liked it because I was actually listening to it. Wasn't near my phone, so I didn't know who it was at first. And then when I heard, I was like, okay. Then I had to run it back. I was like, oh, got you.
Yeah, like the song itself was fine. I just didn't know if clips fit on that one. They probably could have done something else. But yeah, like and also what I really love about this album, because I feel like Kehlani's last few, she's been trying a lot of different stuff. I feel like early in her career, she kind of she was in R&B, but she was kind of like pop leaning a little bit and kind of doing house stuff, and she was kind of all over the place. I feel like this one was a pure R&B soul album, but also has the 2000s R&B hip hop hybrid type stuff
because it's not literal.
Yeah, and I think that's her bag. Is like she's a better vocalist than people realize.
Yes.
She's got a very good pulse on what old school R&B, the feeling of it, and like bringing it to the modern, and then she understands the content people want to hear today, but also challenging them beyond, all right, we're not just going to be toxic. We're going to grow. We're going to heal. Like, so she brought all of that together. So it's like for someone like me who grew up, born in the 90s, grew up on 2000s R&B, and also still appreciates it to this day, like I feel like she brought all those elements together to make a really like palatable album that kind of makes you like see she's a student of the game. Like having Brandy on here as well, like it's huge. So yeah, I give her a lot of credit. Like it's early, so I don't know where I would rank this among her catalogs now, but like I definitely enjoyed this one way more than Crash, her last album. Blue Water Road was good. I like that one.
What's the one with the cover when she's looking over the fence?
It was good until it wasn't.
That
was her
good.
pandemic album. It was solid. Yeah. So this one's up there though. This one's up there, and I think it's really establishing Kehlani as one of the true it girls in R&B, and it's
for sure.
And it's like you never know when your time is coming, because again, she's been around for a while. She's given us a lot of music and has a lot of like songs that have made impact and done a lot of great features. But Folded coming for her over a decade into her career and putting her in this tier, it's like that's why you can't.
Good lesson.
Yeah. People try to grade R&B like rap, where it's like you got to pop off quick, but it's like nah, man. Like it takes some time, and I think she's really put the work in, really studied, really evolved as a person, and it's played into her music. So I give her a lot of credit.
Yeah, I'm about to bring it back again with the slow burn. Because, like, if you think about, like, artists now that are, well, at least for me, that are, like, either still relevant or still popping, and you look back, like, you realize, oh, shoot, they've been back here since 2000. Like, Wiz Khalifa been around since 2011.
I knew you were about to bring up Wiz.
I love Wiz.
I went to his first concert, like, when he came, because Pittsburgh's really close to Cincinnati. He came, he did, like, some hole-in-the-wall type of thing.
Yeah, with the yellow, with the blonde stripe.
I was just like, wow, this is crazy. And then to see him now still doing what he's doing.
Unfazed, unbothered, still getting respect, still putting, he's in shape. Like,
see you again. Oh my God! Like,
what? Yeah. But it is a lot of artists. But I think, like you said, like you can't just like everybody is not gonna have like a crazy ass breakout debut album. Like it's just not gonna happen. And so sometimes I think you gotta find a beauty in putting in the legwork, because it might, even though it took her 10 years. Look, she's only 31. And this is like, if this was her 10 years, it's like, oh, you good. If another 10 years, you only full. Like, you saw what I'm saying? It's not like
Grammy, shit.
Exactly. It's like, of course, it sounds great when it's like, what, you won your first Grammy at 19? everybody can't do that. And so it's
unrealistic.
And I think
it feels even sweeter when you get it after years of putting in the work.
Exactly, because then people have to look back at the compounded work that you actually have instead of like, oh, you're the new hot thing, and you might be distracted by like the new hot thing. But it's like, okay, you actually garnered my respect, like with the fact that you put in the trench work, and like you said, she's given us a lot of music, a lot.
Yeah.
And I think this is her really finding her like identity because like I said, like she's toted the line between masculine and feminine really well. Like she's been at arms, has a better vocals than people think. She's also good at dancing. Like she's a good performer. Like even if you don't think she's as great a singer, like just as a total package perform artist.
No,
that's what she is. I think it's taken her a while to see her that way. But I think she is if not already there, on track to be like that total package artist where she can sing, she can dance, she can perform, she has presence, and back to like the folded stuff, I think they did a really great job at trying to keep it relevant because like I said, back in the summer, they had like, the Kehlani's laundry thing, marketing thing that they had, that was really dope. And then like, I think keeping it in our faces with the different ways of doing that, not just playing it on the radio 24/7, but like different creative ways to keep it in your face and keep it relevant, like definitely held her over to, like you said, not having a follow-up single. Because there's usually at least 2 singles from an album if it's not going to drop like right away.
She did drop, she dropped Back and Forth with Missy Elliott like maybe a month ago. And then the window, Out the Window, she dropped that not too long after Folded, but those didn't pick up the same steam. But yeah, it's like...
So even that, the fact that they saw that, okay, we did drop a couple other ones, but Folded is the one that's hitting right now. Let's get it. Let's shop it around. Let's put it around. So I think they did a really good job at putting that effort forward to keep her relevant until this dropped.
Because that's what you do. Like, you can make a hit, but you really got to work a hit. Like, you really got to, like...
for sure.
Right.
Like, the business of it and all of that matters. Like, really getting it to connect with people. Because I remember when Folded first dropped. Like, I heard it the weekend it dropped. I was like, oh, this shit hard.
Yeah.
And then it took, like, 2 to 3 weeks for other people to really catch on. I'm like, okay, good. It's good to see a song that, like, you feel like could be a hit actually get that type of attention and that excitement, and then it took over the summer. And yeah, it's still relevant to this day. So yeah, no, it's they did really well strategy wise with all this. And I can't wait to see what it does for Kehlani. She's definitely going to be, now that she won. Was Folded her first Grammy? I would have to look it up.
I believe so.
But now this album's going to be in the mix. Like,
she better submit that.
Once you win one, they're always going to consider you.
She's like the darling now. She's going to be like the R&B darling, which she deserves. So
for sure. So,
and I definitely think it's cool too that like if she does get that status, because she's not the typical R&B darling. Like she's not the same look as Coco Jones and Chloe Bailey.
She's tatted up.
Yeah, she's tatted up. She could wear short hair, long hair. She could have on a suit or dress. Like,
she's not one of the ones that have tried to be forced on us. Like she connected with people early, and she's kind of just stayed like where she was throughout her career, and now she's taken off.
Yeah, because she's definitely out of like that Cali box. Because I think that's where she also was for a long time.
It's crazy. She reminds me of Zendaya for some reason, and I don't. But I think it is the Cali thing. Like it's like very like. I don't know, like why she reminds me of her, but it's very
maybe just like that airy, light personality.
Cali, they're both blew up kind of young, like you said. She's been around for a minute. Like people in Cali were probably on Kehlani for a minute.
For sure.
For sure.
Before it hit like me in Ohio, or like
Chance the Rapper had her on a record.
Yeah, she was dibbled on a lot of stuff.
Yeah, so big salute to Kehlani on her self-titled joint. Last but most certainly not least, hold on. If you felt a slight chill, it's because we about to freeze the world.
Ice Age.
Drake ICEMAN officially announced for May 15th. The rollout began officially this past week with an ice structure that was built up in downtown Toronto. Drake was saying the release date was inside, and it encouraged fans to go out there with blow torches and hammers and hot water and all this shit to try to break it down. Eventually, a streamer found a bag, drove to Drake's house, opened the bag up. There was a magazine in there that had the official release date of May 15th, and this is working, I think, the exact way Drake wanted it to. Similar to Certified Lover Boy, the cover art, where like now you see all these brands using the ice structure to promote different stuff, and like all those graphics he posted where like it's like the album title going down and then the words are like going through each letter. Now you see different brands kind of using that and doing their kind of edits and graphics of it. So I think everything is working the way he wants it to. The anticipation, excitement for Iceman is very high. We had the fan-made Iceman countdown website. The word is that
Wow.
his team sent the images in. Some people on Reddit said the magazine leaked. Whatever happened, there were 69 images on the page.
That link I sent in the group chat.
Now. Yeah, right. The zine.
You don't even I guess if you want to have it physically, but the link that I sent, you can literally just look at it.
Yeah, facts.
And then there's like a Tetris game on there, and then there's a whole text generator where like you can take the kind of the graphics of Iceman and put your own shit in there, put your name in, put whatever. So
it's like if you're reading this, it's
yeah. It's like people slander his cover art so much, but they've created so many memes and so many like cultural moments, and I know social media managers are excited as fuck that Drake is like back, putting stuff out. So yeah, the excitement is real high for Iceman. Definitely want to bring it to y'all. Like, there's people talking about what they want to hear, what they don't want to hear, features they want to hear on the album. So like, feelings going into Iceman, knowing that we're just under 3 weeks away, excitement level, all that stuff.
My excitement level is pretty high. I think, we talked about this before, and we're probably going to talk about it more because we have more Drake stuff to get to in this episode. But for me, I think, me personally as a fan, I think it's his most consequential album. And for me, it's pretty highly anticipated because he's almost like, he's almost on the hero's journey. If you ever seen that graphic, He started out great, everything's good, and now he went through his whatever. Like, we've seen him get knocked down, we've seen the kink in the armor. Now you want to see if the hero can come back and be Superman or Batman, whatever Iceman. I'm sorry, Iceman. I'm sorry,
Bobby Drake.
So I think it's his most consequential album. This is a moment. This is a moment in pop culture time.
For sure. Yeah, I was talking to my boys. We were trying to like rank the most anticipated ones, and an album we're going to get to later was definitely high up there, just coming off of Beef. Similar to this one, he's coming off of Beef, coming off a #1 album last year, but he hasn't dropped a solo album since 2023. And you're seeing so many rappers coming out saying like, man, the music scene is so dry without Drake. And you've seen a lot of media people who kicked his back in 2024. Now they're trying to shoot their bail. I just want to say, you niggas should not be shocked that Drake fans are like, nah, you can't enjoy this. Y'all kicked his back in, called him a cancer, a sickness. Y'all called him all this shit.
They called him a pedophile.
Y'all said all this shit. And now you're like, oh, but I'm excited for Drake. What? Oh, word? Really? Trying to get in his good graces now. You're not going to get no interview. You're not going to get nothing. But yeah, it's I think the music scene is more polarized and more split than ever before. You're seeing a lot of Kendrick fans like, oh, this shit is stupid, and these guys melting ice to release an album, or oh, be careful, Kendrick might drop an album the same day. Like,
please,
I don't think that's gonna go how y'all think it's gonna go.
I think, as someone who's not a Drake stan, I think this is his most anticipated.
Yes.
Regardless of what he's been through, he got beat up. Even if you don't want to say that he lost, he put up a fight, he got beat up. He got beat up. And
you would be stupid to say he didn't.
Right. Yeah. He has to, and yes, some sexy songs for you last year that was cute. I feel like, I think it was good. It was a needed to keep people like, I'm still here. Like, I need a cool off, but I'm still here. Yeah. But I think this will now be like, I'm back. Yeah. Like that J. Cole line, like I was going for a minute, now I'm back again. Yeah, I don't know. We don't know much about it, so we don't know who's going to be on it. I don't know if it's just going to be him or if it's going to be like some heavy hitters. Because I feel like it could go either way. It could be a solo, or it could be like he comes through with mad random ass features. Yeah. And like, yeah. I'm
not too invested in who is on it. I'm not even too invested in the content. I just want a really good album. Because while I've enjoyed everything he's dropped lately, the album that we're going to talk about later, I feel like that was the point where people split. Like the Drake fans really stuck with him, and other people are like, I think I'm getting off this train now. And I'll get into it more later when we finally get into the revisit. But I feel like he hasn't had... And I think he's beyond the point where he's going to have a universal consensus, everyone loves it album. Like that was maybe Take Care.
He'd have to go back to the original Drake.
And he's not going to do that because he's not that person anymore. I think his musical taste is just too expansive. He's working with different people. He's a different person. Like I wouldn't expect myself at he's 38 now, 39 damn near. Like
dang, Drake.
I don't think I'd be able to do what I did at 25. Like I don't know. Like it's just a weird, and you see so many people saying it. Like honestly, people have been saying, "Yo, I just don't connect with Drake's music anymore since Views," which we keep saying that. I'm gonna get to it's Views, but people have been saying, "Oh, I don't connect with his music anymore since Views." But they keep coming back, and they keep coming back, expecting him to go back to the version that they connected to, and it's just really weird to me. Like if I try out a restaurant and I don't like it the first time, and then I go back again, and like I try it again, and I'm not feeling it. I'm just not gonna go anymore. But I think Drake's so ubiquitous, and like no matter how much people try to act like they're not fans, they have stuff they like, and so they're looking for things to like, and maybe if they don't like the entire album, then they're kind of like, nah, I'm off it. But he's someone that you can't really avoid in music, and I understand that, and I think people just have to own that instead of like trying to say, oh, he's just not this, he's not that, I don't connect anymore. And that's fine. Like, I don't know, expecting to, the whole connecting to artists thing is a whole different conversation, but.
I think, this is my theory, I think he kind of conditioned us in that way. Like, because when Drake first came out, he was riding the coattails of, he was Jimmy from Degrassi, you know, he came up under Trey Songz, like, his first, not even his mixtape, but not like his first mixtape, was like iconic before it was iconic, you know what I'm saying? So like, and I think because we got so used to always seeing Drake, we might have gotten it backwards. Like we might have got a version that wasn't really him. And it was more of like the actor Drake, like the, you know what I mean? And so now like after Views, because listening to it, I'll share my take on that, but maybe like now we're seeing a real Drake. And so now that's where you see that personality split of like, oh, we got Jimmy at first and now we're getting Aubrey. It's
interesting.
And so because seeing like how this Iceman stuff is and some of his other things, it's been very like reflective and like he talking to his diary almost in a sense. And so like this whole like Iceman zine is like a big ass like mood board, you know, and so like this could, you know, so I'm saying like this could be his kind of like us showing like, is he creating this Iceman personality or is like this truly like part of his personality? Like, you know what I mean? So, cause even when people go back to like his other albums where it's saying like, oh, he's like on some incel behavior or he's like forgetting about the women and this, that, and the third, like maybe those are just parts of him that now we're just seeing, you know, a different side of like the not entertainment Drake.
I think, you know, another thing too, like, I think people want Drake to be the guy. Like I personally think that, and I think also even more than someone like millennials, like, you know, we had Kanye West or whatever. I think Drake is even more of an art. He's almost like the rap side Justin Bieber. We've grown up with Drake. He's been here since we were in high school,
right?
6,
and then until now, he's still still popping, and it's the most anticipated. Well, are personally most anticipated. Some people have other, you know, but yeah, this is a moment where people have grown up with their favorite artists, see their favorite artists lose, and now he has to drop something where, you know, sides were picked in that battle, and if this album comes out and it's bad or gets whatever, the other side will you know, they're gonna hammer in the coffin and bury you for real.
This is the first time people were legitimately against Drake. Because he's been so much in our face. Like he's on all these songs and he's on always dropping. Like, you know, he could do stuff and people were mad, and it would be a certain subset of people that were mad. But this is the first time where it's like, yo, people were mad at Drake. He was down bad. Like, so he really has to like show and prove, like, and literally get fans back, I think.
Like he really, and then like something came on the other day. I think it was Nice for What, Kiki, Do You Love Me? And I was like, and it just brought me back to the time of like, wow, like that was really like peak hype.
Yeah,
Drake
what?
had Shiggy doing the dance.
Nice for what, Drake?
Yeah, the video was amazing. Had all the women in it. I was like, oh, yeah, like the tables
era
turned
was
on you fast.
definitely
The tables turned on you, my nigga. In a few years, I'm watching this now, like in the future, and it's like, damn, like. Yeah, Iceman, they're coming for you, so be ready.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what he does with this. It's like, is he world building now? Like, is
That's
Iceman going to be someone
like.
we see more often?
Like with those streams and all that, like
the explosion.
It's the most like artistic and really intentional rollout he's ever had. And I know people feel like it's been a bit disjointed because we haven't gotten an Iceman episode since like August. So it's kind of like we've been waiting. And then there's obviously like the sour taste in their mouths from the lawsuit and just a variety of things.
Yeah.
So like there's really a lot to this. And it's just a really, really interesting time. And I just love the timing of it coming 10 years after Views. Like, that's just so crazy because...
Another pivotal moment.
Going into Views, he's coming off, and again, we'll get into it, so I won't go too far into this, but yeah, it's crazy how his career has had so many, like, full circle moments in certain ways, and he's back to kind of
this is very movie moment type shit.
He's despite still being the top guy in terms of like performance and success, he's viewed as the underdog here, and I hope that brings something different out of him,
This Rocky moment,
out of his pen.
Seriously, Adrian. No, seriously though, like seriously. I think someone said that. Like it's like Rocky too. Like when he comes back and wins it,
Yeah, so very, very interesting. I'm obviously very excited, so don't worry. We will have the full Iceman review for y'all. We'll come in here with popsicles and winter coats and all that. There's going to be icicles hanging around the fucking room. We lit for that.
A snow machine in this motherfucker.
You feel me? Before we get into our April 2016 responsible revisit, quick lunch break. So this week, now that I have all this downtime, I just be on my phone doing shit, just looking at different features, just going through random shit. And like, I was looking for a contact in my phone, and I was scrolling, and I saw like a bunch of names. I'm like, yo, I don't talk to this person anymore. Well, why do I have this person's number? So I was going through and deleting numbers, and I was thinking about it. I was like, damn, like I wonder if other people do this too. So I brought it to my group chat of my homies. I was like, yo, how often do y'all delete numbers? And they're like, silly, Armon, people don't delete numbers. I'm like, well, that's a very general statement. Like, what? Funny. They're like, yeah, like if I delete the number, how am I gonna know who to ignore? I'm like, well, if you block the like for me, like allowing the person to still contact me. Like, if there's someone I want to ignore, I'm going to just block them. Like, I don't know. That's weird to me. So I wanted to bring it to y'all. Like, do y'all delete numbers, especially working in the field we work in? Like, we get a lot of people's numbers. And, like, me, I'm very OCD. So I'll put your first name, last name.
How I know you.
Yeah, like, I'll put the company you work for. Just so I know. But I also be outside. I'll be drunk. I'll be meeting women and meeting people and just getting numbers. And I'm like, yo, who the fuck is this? So... For y'all, given what we do and just like how you are as people, do y'all delete numbers? Like, how do you kind of handle your phone contact list?
I don't, but I need to. I don't, but I need to.
Yeah, truthfully, I don't think about it honestly. But in this context, you just made me think about a memory of pre-COVID when there would be like Henny Palooza and Patron Fest and all of those stuff. I definitely probably got people's numbers and didn't remember, so you got numbers texting you, and I'm like, who the hell is this? And you just delete it because it's like, unless it was something, like if it was meant to be and it was meant to be, whatever.
Like you said, really in this industry where everybody wants to link and build too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the blah blah blah, and this and that.
And I think that's probably a good case to keep it because now you know if somebody greased you, right? If somebody BS you, like, and a lot of times, I don't know if you guys have gotten this, but like, you know, I've been around, but I'm not nobody. Like, I don't claim to be nobody, you know, like, I've never been in that type of position. But I do see, like, when I'm with other people that are more known, who says hello to me and, like, who doesn't. Or, like, if I see you again and, like, and so that's something that I think that I, like, take into account. So for that, those types of reasons, like, I probably wouldn't keep contacts. So, like you said, you could see, like, who greased you, who didn't, who was, like, acting like they didn't know you. Now they're trying to, like, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But truthfully, overall, I really just don't think about it. Like, you might just, like, you fall out with somebody or you just forget about it. And then, like, honestly, you just forget. And then, like, if you don't text them anymore and if it wasn't, like, toxic or something, and then if they do spin the block, then it's just like, oh, I forgot. Let me figure it, like, it wouldn't be that big of a deal because it's not, like, a crazy ex or, like, somebody you hate.
Yeah. Yeah, that was my thing. Like, as I was scrolling through, I was like, all right, this person... I I have no reason to text you. I don't see myself ever texting you. So like that's a number I delete. If it's people I've met through business, I keep all their numbers.
Right.
But also, I just try not to get my number out as much anymore because like I've had publicists like call me on a Saturday. I'm like, bro. I'm not on the clock. I'm not doing no work related shit, or they give my number out. So now, like, now I'm better about take my email, or here, let's follow each other on IG. Right, we can talk through there. Like, I got no problem doing business through there. But like people having access to my personal phone, I should just get a work phone. To be honest.
And I was gonna say, like, to piggyback, I think in our industry, social contacts is perfectly acceptable. Yeah. Like a lot, like you said, people do business deals. People reach out on DMs, on Twitter, on Instagram, you know, TikTok, whatever. So, and that can lead, like, that's a good filtering system, like in our industry, to lead to now you have my personal. Yeah. Like, I feel you on that. Like, if you have my personal number, like, that means that hopefully, that means I bangs with you. Like, we have on some level, like, I know who you are. Yeah, but if you, like, using social is definitely a good filter to, like, get around that.
Yeah, with great power comes great responsibility. Yeah. So don't be giving my number out all willy nilly.
Hell no.
If I didn't give you my number directly, you should not be hitting my phone.
Yeah, or like be respectful about it. Yeah. Like I would like sometimes it might not be a big deal if somebody hits you and was like, oh hey, such and such gave me your number for this.
But did I give that person permission to give you my number?
True. Now that's what you take up on that person. But I do think that it like coming off that way lessens the blow a little bit because they understand. Like I know I didn't personally get my number, but you know this is what it was for.
You can't be a random number texting me like yo, like nigga what? like who is? Like I won't even respond. Like no, I'm not getting no yo from a random number because that's niggas that like you said like. That's somebody's looking for something. Can you can you put me on the playlist? Like that's all they like. All they want, and it's very like it's very cut and dry and very like I have no connection to you at all. You just want something and. Yeah, and it's like, please.
I feel very uncomfortable reaching out to someone like through text who didn't give me their number. Like that's just like I would feel so crazy. Just like imagine me hitting you up for Zahra's number. Like what the like hey man, you have Zahra's number? Like bro, like nah. What? Like, I'm gonna go through IG. I'm a journalist also. It's my job to find shit. Like I'm gonna find you on
everybody's
IG.
Like part CIA these days.
I'm gonna find you on Facebook. Like there's
I agree.
The crazy thing is like
that do that. Like, I hate niggas that like do like I want like what you just the example you said was Zahra like was Zahra
me. Gave me your number.
Yeah, like
nah.
What?
They should not have done that.
Facts. They shouldn't have done that. Yeah.
Well, listeners, let us know how y'all handle phone etiquette, contacts, all that. Like, do you delete numbers? Do you be giving numbers out? Because shame on you if you do that. But let's get to our main event, our second April 2016 Responsible Revisit. We have hinted at it. We have come out and said it. Views, baby, the most polarizing album of 2016, possibly of all time, definitely within Drake's catalog. So let's get right to it. His fourth studio album, which is crazy to say, because similar to Kehlani, he gave us so much music before Views came out, but it was his fourth studio album. His first album released since September 2013's Nothing Was the Same. I know people are going to be like, wait, but he dropped If You're Reading This Too Late and What a Time to Be Alive. If You're Reading This Is Too Late was a mixtape. What a Time to Be Alive was a joint mixtape. I'm talking about solo studio album, so relax, motherfuckers. Views, 20 songs, 81 minutes. Features include Rihanna, Future, Wizkid, Kyla, Party Next Door, Pimp C, Division, Majid Jordan. We got a Ghost feature from Jeremiah. We got some vocals from Beanie Man and Popcaan also as well. Let's get into the background of the album. So the album was first announced as Views from the Six in July 2014. As we said before, in the interim, he dropped If You're Reading This Is Too Late in February 2015. What a Time to Be Alive with Future in September 2015. And 2015 as a whole was a very trying year for Drake. While he was massively successful, this is when he got the real first chink in his armor with the beef with Meek Mill, where it was revealed that he had a ghostwriter, although Quentin Miller wasn't a ghost. He was credited on If You're Reading This Is Too Late. People don't check credits, so they don't know.
No one does. Yeah. No one knows.
But at the same time, I get it because it does seem crazy when a reference track comes out for songs that you put out.
Especially with big artists, too.
Yeah, and rappers. Like, Drake was on a run where we didn't really hear a bad verse from him. He was smoking everybody's shit he was saying. You know, the Drake featuring Drake. Every song sounded like Drake featuring Drake, all that. Like, he was popping his shit, rightfully so, because he was cooking. But then Meek crashes out. DJ Drama was involved. There was all these other people involved, and so that summer we get the infamous beef between Drake and Meek Mill. Drake dropped Charged Up, then came back with Back to Back. Meek Mill dropped Wanna Know, which was not well received at all, and he was dunned off by that time. And then Drake ended the summer with Hotline Bling, Right Hand, and a couple other records. Briefly, I want to talk about Back to Back because I feel like Back to Back came up a lot in the Drake and Kendrick Lamar discourse beef stuff, and I hate that people try to equate Back to Back to Not Like Us.
I knew
the worst thing Drake said.
Wait, what is it like? Like as if it like that was the Annihilator, or
so
like
specifically with regards to like Not Like Us being a hit.
Right.
And like Kendrick performing it on tour and the push that it got from the label. People say, oh, Drake did the same thing. Like UMG did that for him. It's like, well, not really. Like Back to Back was just so impactful that like it played in clubs and all that. But Drake wasn't, like Drake definitely performed the record for like the next year, but he stopped by Summer 16. And also the content is just so different. One song is saying you're a pedophile. Another song is saying your girl is bigger than you. Like that's really all he said in Back to Back. Like when you go back and listen, I think the fact that he released it after Charged Up and took the offensive stance is what really made it such a big thing for people. And because it was a hit, diss tracks were usually like more rappy, more like backpacky.
Okay.
So he made a hit diss track, but like content wise, it's not comparable to Not Like Us. And so I just need people to understand that. Stop bringing these up in conversation. Stop being like, oh, but UMG bought it for this. No, it's not the same. It's not the same.
Yes, I can agree with you. Content-wise, it's not the same. Like you said, like when at Rap Beef, we never used to go that far. But I think impact-wise, I can see why because, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't remember like a diss track that was also like a single that had that much impact.
Yeah,
usually diss tracks get leaked or it's an unofficial release, and so it's usually
SoundCloud.
the culture and the people of the internet that have to push it forward.
For sure.
And so I think at this point, like between the two, like Back to Back, Drake was already hot. So the machine, he didn't need the machine to like, you know, kind of do X, Y, and Z. And I think with Not Like Us, like it was just so much like, it wasn't even Kendrick, I don't think, doing that. Like, even if you want to, you know, remove the UMG part aside, DJs were doing that, were part of that. People on the radio, like other aspects of the industry were a part of like hyping that up. And so I think Back to Back didn't have that. Back to Back's like, Bryce was more organic the way things used to be.
And I could see,
too. Right. So I could see, right. The internet is different now too. And so I just think that that's like the impact was different because like, you never got like, yes, Back to Back was played a lot because I'm stuck in my head now that we're talking about it. But I'm like, I see the way that like Not Like Us was like everywhere.
For sure.
It definitely could seem like, oh, they pumped that like on purpose.
Yeah, for sure. So didn't want to stay on that too long. I just wanted to make that because I was listening to it to prepare for this because it kind of, you know, you got to go back to that mindset of like what views was anticipated for and what Drake had to overcome. And I was like, yo, this was really not that scathing. Like he just said, Nicki's a bigger star than you. Like that's really it. But I mean, and granted that was still a big jab because Meek at that time like was also kind of making his star turn a little bit. Like his album Dreams Worth More Than Money went number one. Like that was like second highest selling album. Like he was doing great for himself. But then he stepped up to the Big Al and he got wooed away. But,
So which sucks because it's like they had just collabed like on Meek's album right before that.
Rico's fantastic. I listened to that too. I'm like, God damn.
That's why it was just so crazy for me. Like, I was like, damn, bro, like I was just friends.
I always try to imagine if this beef didn't happen, like
it'd have been up.
A Drake Meek Mill collab album at that time probably would have been fire. A video for Rico.
I think that's what everybody thought was coming, and then it went left.
Because years before that they did the other song, Bad Bitches.
They've been around together.
Amen.
What happened to make Meek tell what happened to make Meek be like, well, you know
Drake
what?
started bullying him on something.
So the story is
because that's wild.
Because he told the story on Rap Radar interview 2019. The story, he was supposed to pop out at a show with Meek on Meek's tour.
That's what I thought.
He couldn't make it. Meek took it personally. Drake and Nicki at the time were on shaky stance, so he believes Nicki might have been in Meek's ear saying Drake don't really fuck with you, all this. And he also believes there were some higher powers who were using Meek to try to take him down. Some people think he was talking about Jay-Z. Some people think it was some other entities. This was also Tidal launched at the time. Drake was supposed to be on Tidal. He dipped on Tidal for the Apple Music deal, which caused some tension between him and Jay-Z. So all these things, they could lead to a certain conclusion, but there's no like actual ties between all these things. But that's just that's the belief. So yeah,
and then
Meek,
you know how Twitter be.
Yeah,
People start saying stuff
of
and then
course.
X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
So I think that was like that was gonna be like his trump card on Drake.
Yeah.
And then it didn't work.
Yeah, blew up in his face. But more of the lead up to Views. Hotline Bling peaked at number 2 on Billboard Hot 100.
Heater.
Drake continued to poke at Meek with Summer 16 in January 2016. Looking for revenge. Oh, Summer
I
16.
love that song.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
That was a time.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Looking.
2016.
Yeah. And he wasn't just getting that Meek on there. He was getting that Weekend, Tory.
that
He was,
shit.
he was going at everybody.
Sinister Drake was kind of
And then him
lit.
and Future
Yeah.
had the
Sinister Drake was lit.
All you boys in the New Toronto want to beat me a little. Early 2016, we got the Controller leak with PopCon. I remember hearing that. I'm like, oh man,
What? That is my biggest upset.
we about to have a good summer off that, huh?
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God.
He officially released Pop Style and One Dance as the lead singles
Oh my God.
of Views. Pop Style originally featured
One Dance,
The Throne, aka Jay-Z and Kanye West. The Views trailer came out on Twitter in early April. Drake shared the cover art, and then finally, on April 29th, 2016, we got the official Views release exclusive to Apple Music. There were some notable omissions on the album.
I'm still mad.
Solo version of Controller with no popcorn, which people were mad
I'm
at.
still mad. What? That song is fire.
So I fully understand people being mad, but here's the thing: most DJs played the popcorn version anyways. So
Exactly.
when
But
you're
why
listening
can't
to
he
the
get
album,
his credit?
there had to be some clearance
That's
issue
why
or
I
something.
think people
I
are
don't
mad
know.
because it's like
There's
if you
definitely some
see
clear
that,
shit.
like I get that it was probably leaked or whatever, but like if you see that shit is getting traction, bro,
Yeah.
and he's signed to you, like
Yeah,
to me,
yeah.
that would have been the biggest slap in my face
Yeah.
that everyone's hyping this up, and now when it officially drops, I'm nowhere to be found.
Yeah.
Like that, no, that and
His
to
law-
me, like
His
I
lawyers
can't.
tweaked.
And unfortunately,
Seriously, bro. Like,
I
had
can't
to.
listen. I can't unsee like the Controller without popcorn.
sure,
like
yeah,
I
yeah.
keep waiting for it.
Yeah,
It's just
yeah.
not the same.
Yeah,
like
nah,
if I had
as-
heard the first one, like if it was in reverse, I could see it. But like now that you already presented us with like the bread and butter and then
Yeah.
you took it back, it's like, come on.
Niggas just took away the butter. We just had some
Yeah,
dry
that's
bread.
OD. Like that would have been that because that could have really been like his big introduction into dancehall.
Yeah, yeah.
Because that song was fire. Like I'm so like it's his best dancehall track. It's bigger than One Dance. I think it's better than.
You think it is?
I think it's better than what's the song with Rihanna?
Work?
Work. I think it's better than that.
That's
Because I'm just thinking about listening, like what being in a party, being in a fet, and
I
Controller, slow wine, come on. Come on,
yeah.
because everything like One Dance is cool. Like it's definitely has you in your jam, and like the same thing with Work. Like Work is definitely a close second. Work, you could definitely get some work to work, but Controller
have.
is just like
I mean, the fact that everybody has 3 different favorites or has different favorites lets you know how good he was doing the dancehall shit.
Yeah.
yeah. I
'cause-
don't disagree.
Like the dancehall shit is pretty powerful. I like for like you say Controller, I say One Dance, you probably say something else. Like you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
The influence was there. I definitely, and I also feel like what Controller was like, because I know it's a lot of controversy around him doing like Caribbean music and
Yeah,
Afro
people were
beats and
mad.
influences. I think this was like also his first chance to have done it right.
Not mad at that. Not mad at that. Yeah, because he dabbled a little bit previously. Like he shot the Find Your Love video in Jamaica. And
Yeah, that
then,
one was it was like I got the reference,
beat
but it
was
was
terrible.
too literal.
That beat-
I just remember when I was in high school when that came on. I was just like, what?
I love the song. The beat is terrible though. Like it has not aged well. Kanye,
It's very much that era.
Yeah.
Like it's not coming out
For
of
sure.
whatever that year was. Like
very 2010.
2010,
It's very
2011. Like it's
another omission, Pop Style solo version with no Jay-Z, no Kanye West. Him and Jay-Z, like we said, they were in a weird place. And as I look back at the song, with the version featuring Ye and Jay-Z, I thought Jay just doing those 2 lines was a slap in the face. Like him saying, they still out to get me, they don't get it. I cannot be gotten. That's a given. And then he stops. It's like, oh, like this nigga was just like it's not a diss, but it's like it's all you get, nigga. Like it was like, all right, petty Jay-Z, I see what you're doing here. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if people thought about that enough, and like Kanye's verse on it was pretty good too. But yeah, and like we said, it was his first foray into dancehall Caribbean music. He had the SNL performance on May 14th where he performed "Hype" and "One Dance," and then he dropped a short film, "Please Forgive Me," in September 2016. So let's go back to it. April 2016. I'm 20 at the time.
Where was
We have a stroll competition on campus. We stopped rehearsal to play views, and I just remember it being taken to a different place, man. Like, let's start with Keep the Family Close. How'd y'all feel hearing Keep the Family Close?
It was a cool intro. Like to me, it was a cool intro.
I thought it was interesting. I thought it was like very much like I said this earlier, like Drake talking to his diary, but not in a bad way, but just in the sense of like reflecting of like, okay, like I gotta keep my family close. So like people that I consider family, like I gotta have that separation out, friends and family. Like who's really in my circle, who not, who's really, you know what I'm saying?
You know, Drake and Drake, he moves like the whole OVO team, and they move like the Godfather, very mob bossy, very like, you know what I'm saying. That's what that's why I said it's like a cool intro. It's like keep the family close. Like
that's how I could see that.
I mean, like that's what like mob ties, all that type of stuff they do. Like they try to move like that, and they do. They do. So
yeah, at first I thought it was cool, and like it's probably the most musical song he's ever made, just in terms of all the instruments and all that. Like I pictured hearing it live, and I'm pissed I couldn't go on that tour because now he doesn't perform the song anymore. But I really I would love to hear like a live variation of it with actual drummers and all the other instruments that are in it.
Got a lot going on.
Yeah. Like it felt like epic. It felt like really, really big and grandiose, and I think the rest of the album kind of lives up to that. So I really fucked with Keep the Family Close. 9, I didn't like at first. It's kind of grown on me a little bit. It's like for Keep the Family Close has like captions for days. Like all of my let's just be friends or friends we don't have anymore. And then you get 9. Turn the 6 upside down. It's a 9 now. Yeah. And like I get the meaning of it. It's a double entendre. But it's like, nigga, come on. You're more creative than this, man.
I think
come
it was
on.
the positioning.
Yeah.
I think if it wasn't after Keep the Family Close, it might have hit different. Because I definitely remember like, okay, I'm listening to this, Keep the Family Close, it definitely sets a certain stage. And then you hear the 9, you're like, wait, what? Okay.
This was probably the album that really made me pay attention to his sequencing and how like some of his albums aren't sequenced the best. Like Views to me, I feel could have been sequenced a little better because you go from 9 to You With Me, which is the DMX sample. Another big epic song.
Right.
Like,
that was dope.
That vocal crescendo towards the end. Cool. I got responsibilities, people that I need, I'm make it do.
Like, see, if you think, like you said, the sequencing, because if you think about the storytelling aspect, that would have been a natural, like, right after, like, Keep the Family Close, Are You With Me? Because he's the same type of thing of, like, are you with me? Like, looking out for who's around him. Now it's about girls, though, instead of, like, your homies.
Exactly. Because then after that, it's Feel No Ways, which is another big epic type song. Like I think that first 4-song run would have been perfect if something else was there instead of 9. 9 kind of takes me out of
Western Road
the narrative.
Could have like went in there or like ended it. Like
I'm not mad at that.
If you take out 9, push everything up, and then I think that could have probably fit.
9 is probably the one song that I would take off the album completely. Like everything else I rock with, but like 9 to me, this is like. What were you doing here, bro? Like, what were you? I know this album is for Toronto. That's how he described it. Like, it's a Toronto transition from winter to summer back to winter. And so, like, when you listen in that way, it makes sense. And there are these kind of checkpoints for the album that kind of transition it. But still, I just don't think 9 is good. Like, you get this peak and Keep the Family Close. 9. You With Me, Feel No Ways. Like, the runs after that, it's fucking crazy. So, it really bothered me.
And I just popped into my head as you were describing this. I was just like, some of them are like Drake's version of a ballad. And then you have like the hype, like the turn up song. So that's probably like juxtaposition is why like it don't fit. Yeah. Because it's like, okay, we turning up over here. Like, but over here we're like we're getting deep. Like we're talking about some real stuff, like, you know, opening up and like reflection. And then the turn up is later.
Yeah. I don't want to go full track by track because we'll be here forever. It's like 20 songs on here.
I know. I also didn't remember how long it was. I was like, oh, shoot. Because the the cover art is so iconic, and you know.
I was about to ask you about the cover art. How'd y'all feel about, like, when I first saw it? I was like, oh, like, it was cool, and then like, I feel like over time I like fell in love with him more. Like him sitting on the top of the tower, like
I loved it because it made him seem
Epic.
like this king overlooking the city, but then he's still so small in comparison to the tower. So it's like he's the top guy in Toronto, and he's overlooking Toronto, but at the same time, like he's the king of this city or this province, whatever. That like. It's not the U.S., but he's still kind of presiding over the U.S. But he's this small part of Toronto that was, because you got to remember, outside of views, like I think the All-Star game was in Toronto that year or the year after. Like,
and then you have like Caribana and stuff that's getting more popular.
Toronto was
at that
becoming
time.
a destination for people. Like people spring break went to Toronto. Like in the summer, all these people who
OVO Fest.
Like prior to that, Toronto to me was just the Toronto Blue Jays and the Raptors. Like I didn't ever think
no one wasn't really
like,
checking for it.
I want to go to Toronto.
I never thought it was cool until Drake and then like the Party Next Door video.
Yeah.
Where he's riding in the car with. I'm like, oh yeah, well, Toronto looks like it's fucking Miami and New York mixed.
Yeah.
Like what the fuck?
And a lot of people weren't aware of the cultural makeup of it either and how diverse it was. But like he really turned the Six into a destination. Like niggas go to the Six now. Like
they call it that.
It's
like,
very right. And I think back to like the fact that it was supposed to be called Views from the Six. That's why I think this the cover art makes sense because he's literally this is like one of the Toronto like towers.
Tough.
Like he's sitting and then like you said, it could also be like he's lonely at the top. It's just him. He's little, you know, thinking about stuff. But I think it's so memorable because also at the time, like that was when the iPhone 6 came out, and everybody, myself included, was like Views from the 6 on everything. So it's like, you know, when you have those cultural moments too tied into it, like you're just gonna remember that because it takes you back to like, oh, where was I at when I remember that album?
Nah, the timing of it was perfect. And I love that you said that, like, he's lonely at the top, because this is probably his most paranoid album he's ever dropped. like he was really
telling you, he on some Godfather crazy like mafia shit.
That's
like,
really how like it
niggas
started
about to
out.
get.
I can see that angle for sure.
He raps about it in Views, the title track. Need y'all to know I never needed none of y'all niggas. Fuck being all buddy with the competition. Like he's really seeing like, and he talks about it in the Apple Music interview with Zane Lowe for this album. Like, yeah, it's just I see how these people move and rap. Like if it was up to them, I'd be on the street homeless, like poor and shit. Like he really wasn't trusting niggas. And I think the Meek thing, his distrust of Jay-Z, his distrust of a lot of different people, seeing how people move. Because like him losing Meek, he also lost a relationship with Rick Ross at the time. So like he's kind of in this place where it's like, yes, he's still got Future, he's got Kanye, but him and Kanye had a weird relationship the entire time. So like outside of his niggas, he doesn't really know who he can trust in the industry. So it's actually crazy it took him 5 years to make the song No Friends in the Industry, because like at this time, a song like that would have made so much sense for him because people who he was friends with, close with even, had turned their backs on him or he felt like they weren't trustworthy. So
what was the album before this?
Nothing was the same. Was a solo.
Okay,
thing.
so yeah. I think what you just said is very true. And I think Views was a time where that was the first time that I think he probably felt pressure from the outside industry of like, okay, like they know I'm a threat. They know I'm like they know I'm about to be like one of the greatest of all time. Yeah. And he probably felt that you know, the man in the arena type of feeling where everybody's like not against you, but like maybe plotting on you or don't want you to be more successful than them or like, you know, very, very competitive entertainment shit. Like,
and to piggyback on both of y'all, like it could have been like that's maybe just that first moment in his career where he's like, oh shit, I gotta step back and be like, wait, am I having an MC Hammer moment now? Like where mad niggas is just around me for leeching, or like am I safe right now? Like because he, like we said, you know, he's coming off of Degrassi and all this stuff, and like he hit the music scene really hard, and he's like on a lot, and so, you know, everything's moving so fast. And so maybe this is like his first moment to sit down and be like, and take a step back and look at everything. Yeah. And it's just like, oh, okay. Success
breeds resentment, success breeds discontent. And I felt like this last year in the beef, not to bring it up, but like I felt like a lot of people, I think this is a life thing, like a lot of people may not fuck with you, but they'll be around you because of their ability to benefit from you. And then when they get an opportunity to stick that dagger in your back, they'll do it. And so,
or just leave you high and dry.
Yeah. And so it could have been a situation with Meek where it's like Meek even felt a little weird towards him, but he was working with him because of his relationship with Ross. But then the moment Meek got the opportunity to, put the dagger in, he did it. It wasn't successful, but and so I think Drake was really feeling this at that point. Because he was so close with MMG and all that.
Yeah, he was.
It's insane. But to continue with views, my favorite records, and typically I gravitate towards the R&B, the slow stuff. So a song like Redemption. Now Redemption's on your mind when you think of run your mouth. I'd rather listen to no one else. I gave your nickname to someone else. I know you're seeing someone that loves you.
That's your favorite song on the album?
Feel No Way is my favorite song on the album.
Okay.
But I love Redemption. I feel it. Feel No Ways I felt because I was dating a girl at the time. And I felt like she was trying to I felt like she fell for me because I was this social butterfly, successful in college, all that stuff. But it felt like she was trying to box me in and not let me be that. And it's like, babe, it's more to life than sleeping in and getting high with you. I really felt that. And so when I broke up with her, the line, I had to let go of us to show myself what I could do. And that just didn't sit right with you. I'm like, yo, this nigga Drake. Will, what's that quote you said? Like, Drake is the artist of our lives. Like,
he
really describes.
He's like a person that's like the soundtrack to our lives type of music, or he writes he makes music that makes every moment feels like a Disney moment, like a grown up moment where you're just like. Yeah, epiphanies go off with Drake all the time for people.
Yeah, you just have these moments of clarity when you hear certain lines from him.
Yeah,
it's
real. I think that goes back to what I've been saying of it sounds like we're in his head, as he's writing his diary, whatever that would sound like.
Yeah.
And so maybe that is why we got these, the placements of the songs and why it goes up and down and over here and there, because it's like, all right, I was feeling like this, but then my brain went over here, and then now I'm thinking this thought, and then but these are connected. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then because I think that also ties to why it could be he sounds like the soundtrack to our life. Because like you said, it's like, when you say a Drake song, it's like, I thought about it sounded like me saying that in my head. That's that relatability.
Seriously.
Drake has always had that type of relatability. Whether people love it, hate it, you can't escape it.
Yeah.
Everybody at some point has probably used a Drake song or Drake lyric or reference in something that they've done.
Yeah, and I think another thing that kind of highlights the highs and lows he was going through is the song Too Good with Rihanna. He's back with Rihanna at this point. Rihanna's on top, just dropped Anti earlier that year. That their song Work was a number one, all instant hit, was still cooking at the time. He does Too Good with Rihanna, which is a different bag for them.
Yeah.
And so he's got this girl, the icon girl, but life still isn't perfect for him because he's still going through all these things, but he still manages to get her on the album. That they make a really great record together, but it's not about their love. It's about I'm too good to you. I'm way too good to you. You took my love for granted. I just don't understand it. Later, we learned he wrote the song about Serena Williams, but he has Rihanna on it, which was also pretty nuts. But I just love that juxtaposition of him flexing the relationship he had with her, them coming together again. But it's different type of content. And Rihanna also sounds amazing on that.
That song's actually good as fuck.
It's fantastic. It's really fantastic.
I'm actually surprised that people don't talk about it more.
That song's actually good
because
as
of
fuck.
how Work and their relationship and stuff was more so. It was just oh shoot. I had to be reminded of it because I was like, oh yeah, they actually had more than just Work and
Work and what's my name?
Right, what's my
and
name?
Take Care, the title track on Take Care. But yeah, so I really love Too Good. I think, and I would love to hear your perspective, Fire and Desire on this joint.
That's my favorite one. That's my favorite song on the album. I think it's flawless.
Fire and fucking Desire.
I think it's fucking flawless.
This song, There was a point in 2016 where I would just play this on repeat. I played it so much that a girl I was talking to ended up knowing it by heart because I would play it so often.
Oh wow!
Samples Brandy on there. Oh my God!
It's an amazing song, bro.
Throwing dirt on my own name only gets worse when you know things. You don't see the perks of this whole thing. But you get real on a pill, and I like it.
Someone played it. Someone played it in the club a few. Maybe last year or something, or last summer or whatever. And the whole club, low key, it stopped. Everybody realized what song it was, and then they started singing.
I feel like y'all talked about that.
It was amazing. I mean,
it was either that song or it was some other.
It might have been some other song, but
bro,
hearing that in the club,
It's like sneakily one of his best R&B songs ever. Like I know
Easily.
people say Jaded or Jungle, but like Fire
Fire
Desire
Desire
to me,
Yeah, it's a
bruh.
sleeper.
It's just kind of short. If it was longer, how long is it?
Let me see.
Because I feel
Yeah,
like it's
actually, you might be right because I feel like it could be a symptom of like you might. It's
My
like comes
nigga,
and goes so fast.
you put it on repeat because it's kind of short. Like
It's just under 4 minutes.
it's just under 4.
Yeah.
Maybe. Okay, so maybe it's not short. I gotta listen to it again, but
But
there's something
fantastic
about
record.
it. Yeah, that's really like.
Another big aspect of the song, his continued relationship with Future Grammys, with that beat switch where Future just goes Super Saiyan at the end. I love that middle part where he's like, nigga, why you so excited? Did you just win the Grammy or something?
Yeah.
Nigga, act like you want a trophy and shit. Nigga, turn the fuck up.
Yeah, this was
love it.
definitely a good setup for their whole collab run.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely.
and I'm actually like, it's so interesting because I feel like before this, I don't think people would think that they would fit.
Yeah.
Like it was such a odd, even though him and Meek were cool, it was such a like for whatever reason, it was such an odd combination. And then like when it hit. It was like, whoa, this is like the shit we didn't know we needed.
And
Facts.
they'd made records together, Tony Montana, shit remix, but like 2015 was when it really made sense.
Because like Tony Montana is Future all the way, and it's Southern Future. Like Future also like I forget people like need to go back to like 2015, 2014 Future because that was a different Future when he was first like fresh out.
Yeah.
And so I could see like like I said, Tony Montana is in Future's bag,
Yeah.
but once they came like starting here, it's a true like collab,
Yeah.
and so you can see that back and forth. It's like different than Future's just on Drake's song or Drake's on Future song.
Yeah, because even What a Time to Be Alive felt more Future's bag, like Drake entering his world. And I think from this song onward,
In a sense, but like I can't not hear What a Time.
Yeah,
You
for
know
sure.
what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
So it's just like
yeah.
I get that because maybe it's such a like hype upbeat, but I
Yeah.
still feel like it blends. Like
because
it
then a song
can't-
like Plastic Bag is more Drake-ish in my mind. Change Locations, that's kind of like both. But
Diamonds Dancing. What do you think that is more?
that's more Drake. In
But
my
also, like
mind.
you know, like on a, which I'm also seeing with the Max B and French Montana album. The albums are gonna be a back and forth
For sure.
Like you're gonna have songs that are complete like split, and
Yeah.
then if it's a full project, you're gonna have some that are leaning more one way and the other way. So I can definitely see that.
Ultimately, and I think we've touched on all the like pillars of this album.
Yeah.
Ultimately, how do you guys feel he performed given what he was overcoming in terms of the ghostwriting, in terms of his perception at the time?
I think amazing. I mean,
Yeah, it's because it's interesting that you like frame it that way. Because for me, I wasn't even thinking that like this was a moment of something that he had to overcome.
because he did win.
Right.
He
it
won the
wasn't really
beef.
like
It
like
was
you
not-
said,
it's
like
not
so-
like this.
He
Yeah.
won, but the ghostwriting shit stuck with him.
Yeah, it did, but it wasn't as impactful. Like it wasn't as detrimental as like it could have been.
It could have
was-
been
it
facts.
was-
Right.
It could have got ugly for him.
It could have.
It was definitely more of a narrative thing because like it didn't slow his sales
It
down or
didn't,
anything.
and that's why I
But-
think it's interesting, like your perspective on it, because I'm like, I don't, like I said, especially as someone who's like not a huge Drake fan, like I just saw it as a moment of like, oh, all right, he's just another moment like in his career. There wasn't a moment of like he fell off or
Yeah.
this. It's like, okay, now that happened. You said like maybe it was his first moment where he had to prove something because you said like the ghostwriting thing.
Yeah.
Was a thing that followed him, but I think it was more like jokey. Like people used to joke about it, but no one
Well,
really.
I don't know.
took-
It was a lot of hip hop niggas who were like, "Oh, nah,
Hip-hop
I
heads
can't."
were sick.
And so
They were sick.
So just to clarify, it's not my perspective.
Yeah.
It's
no.
like the hip hop world was
Yeah,
like,
and I
yeah.
get it.
"Oh, this nigga got a
because-
ghostwriter? Nah, I can't see him the
I
same
get
anymore.
it
It's over."
because at that time too, I think a lot of people were trying to claim Drake as a GOAT and like
Yeah.
he's better than this and
Oh,
that.
yeah.
And so
And then
for
when
me
that
personally,
happens-
I'm like, I can understand that because if you're talking about real rap shit, lyrics, this and that and the third, like, come on, no.
It pulled back the
You
curtain.
really can't. But like, as far as Drake being like a huge successful artist, a hip hop artist, like a rapper, like. You can't take that away from him. So that's why I feel like in that aspect, and then like, for the masses hearing the ghostwriting, it's like, okay, yeah, but he kind of continued. So he didn't fall back.
Yeah.
He didn't say that joke, and then like he disappeared.
Yeah, for
so
sure.
then, shit can, and then so, but I do, like you said, like real hip hop niggas were like, oh, he ghostwrites too? Because I also think they were looking for a reason. Like,
Yeah.
some people were looking for a reason. Like, he's really not that great.
Yeah.
See, I told you. I told you. He
and-
was just a X, Y, and Z.
And 2015 was when he made that like turn towards being a villain. Like if you're reading this, it's too late. He was talking crazy. Like
Yeah.
I got enemy, got a lot of enemy, 10 bands. Like that whole mixtape. He was
Yeah, he
talking
was was popping shit.
Slick shit on 6 p.m. in New York. He's like, it's you rapping like the throne should be 3 of y'all. Like he's putting himself up there with Jay-Z and Kanye West, and we know Watch the Throne was made because niggas was felt threatened by Drake partially. And then I want to give full credit to that, but like Kanye admitted it. He was like, yo. We was like Kanye
talks about Drake like the boogeyman.
He's been openly scared of Drake forever, and Jay-Z. We know Jay-Z has issues with threats to his throne. Like when Lil Wayne was rising up, like Hov worked with him, but Hov also like Wayne brought Hov out of retirement. Like so
as he should have.
Them two niggas coming together. It's like so Drake saying the throne should be the 3 of us, and then like years ago on. I'm on one. He's like, I'm just feeling like the throne is for the taking. Watch me take it. Like he's coming directly at them. So 2015, that year where he kind of goes villain, but he's also making that turn towards a real icon in music. And then the ghostwriting shit comes. It's like it's a chink in his armor at a turning point of his career. So that's kind of why like.
Yeah, it's like his first stumble.
Yeah. But ultimately, I mean, I love Views. I think Views is his best aging album. Because this album was cooked by the masses. I don't know if y'all remember how the internet was.
Oh, yeah, what?
Niggas hated Views.
Really?
Outside of Controller and One Dance, which they could dance to and all that, like, this shit got cooked. Obviously, Joe Budden had the classic.
You're right.
You can't fool a real nigga. Like, all that shit.
Because, like you said, outside of the Caribbean tracks, I don't know if there was anything that was like a radio hit that you could throw on at a barbecue or a party or something like that. So it's either you got ballads or you got like the Caribbean influence. So I can see how it was like, split on that, and except for the DMX track, because that's partially like one of my favorites.
I love that record.
You know.
I love that record so much. But and this album felt like he wasn't necessarily trying to make hits with any of these. Like it really felt like people try to say he doesn't like do content or storytelling, but this is a very heavy storytelling album. Records like Western Road Flows, records like the title track Views, records like You With Me, records like Feel No Ways. Like it might not be literal storytelling, beginning, middle, end conflict, but it's his feelings, it's his emotions. He's bringing us to these different areas of his life. He's mentioning women by name. Like the one thing Drake gonna do is name drop a woman, but it helps us contextualize what he's going through and these emotions that he's conveying.
Those views from the
music.
And I also think like to continue your point, like you gotta listen truly, because like if you just surface level listen to the lyrics, it might sound disjointed. But like if using You With Me or Keeping the Family for example, like like if you really listen, you'll get the gist of the story. It's like you said, it's not necessarily from beginning to end like Renee, like Lost Boys Renee, something like that, And I think like it's reminding me of Glorilla's album. Like when she found like her pocket that way, like listening to her like Glorious, like she has that same sort of storytelling element. But like you said, it's not a this and this happened. It's I'm gonna say these lines and they're gonna rhyme, but you get the gist of the picture I'm painting for you.
Yeah. For sure. But yeah, no, I love Views. It's to me, it's better than Take Care. It's aged better than Take Care. Do you guys think that's controversial?
I would only say it's controversial if you're not like, I understand what type of Drake fan you are. So for you, I can understand why you say that, because if you're trying to connect to Drake as an artist and find his relatability and like, looking past just the stardom, that's something that you would prefer over a Take Care. Yeah. I can see how Take Care is more for the masses of like more entertainment Drake.
Which is interesting because Take Care was also him. He describes it as like, because Thank Me Later, he says, I was just trying to make this big album, get all these big names on it, Jay-Z, Alicia Keys, all that. Take Care was him coming back home, working with 40, making more dark Toronto music. So Views and Take Care are kind of similar in that way, but also very, very sonically different, because obviously on this album he's expanding globally. He's tapping into different sounds. He's really this global superstar.
Take Care felt Take Care is when he got the women. I felt like that's when it was
that's maybe what I more meant to say.
That's when he avoided the sophomore slump. Take Care was a moment like people really loved that, and to me at that moment, I wasn't really the biggest Drake fan. Like I liked Marvin's Room, but it wasn't like
I like that. It
wasn't like everything to me. Like everybody, like people love Take Care, bro. And I like Views more than Take Care too. Yeah. But like people really like Take Care is like
Yeah.
People love that album.
I think Marvin's Room went up because Lil Wayne piggybacked off it, or vice versa.
Yeah, JoJo remix, Chris Brown
right.
remix.
Oh yeah, it was crazy.
And also, it was just different. Like,
It was just different, yes.
For a lead single to be this slow,
Yeah.
yearning type shit.
Yeah.
Like he sounds crazy on there. Like, I'm just saying you
The
could do
video's
better.
crazy too. Like everything's crazy. Yeah. I'm just what he was saying. You sounded crazy on there, my nigga. I'm
it was-
just
it was
saying
fire,
you could do better.
I mean, I get it.
Everybody gets it.
I felt it.
It was just real. It was just real yearning. It was real yearning. It was.
Yeah,
real
it was.
like real yearning.
It was, but for some reason, like, it's kind of reminded me of, like, the same of Drake as a Best I Ever Had. Like, he's just laying his heart out. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
no,
so
it was true to him. It was just
Yeah.
like content wise and and because Best I Ever Had still has like a rap bop to it. It's still upbeat.
It does.
Marvin's Room is just some slow.
Oh, yeah.
because I remember being annoyed because the radio edit they would speed it up. I'm like, nah, nigga, like I need the full feeling. I need space between the lines. Like I need it as it was given to me. Pause.
Yeah.
But
No, people love
Fuck the
Marvin.
Mamino.
People love Marvin's Room and Daycare. Like,
I misspoke. Not entertainment Drake, but definitely a softer, like,
for sure.
you know,
Yeah.
a little bit more relatable Drake in that sense.
Yeah, he wasn't trying to live up to what people wanted him to be. He was making what he wanted.
Yeah. And I think maybe this was like maybe that first chance for him to be that, like, sing-songy, like, you know, kind of like, but Marvin's Room opened the door for that. So it was like, oh, maybe I want more of this.
And again, he, like you said, he always did it. Like, that's the thing. He came in a dual threat. Like, people try to make him a guy who only shoots threes or only plays the post, but he always did it. Like you go back to Replacement Girl, Successful, but then like he had records like
what's the one? Fireworks.
brand new, like the other joint.
Oh, with Alicia Keys?
Yeah,
that
I
joint.
love that. I love that song.
That's actually a great sleeper.
Absolutely.
What?
Absolutely. I listened to Thank Me Later on the flight home just to get in the mode for Iceman and all that. But I think the biggest thing with Views and why it's such a splitting point for people where they either kept rocking with him or went away is because like Drake didn't feel like he belonged to them anymore. Like you know how people love these underground artists when they discover them, and then once they get big, they're like, oh, he's selling out. He's not making what I want him to make anymore. This is what it was. Like I think a lot of people loved just the starter pack Drake of just he raps, he sings.
That's a good name for it.
Now he's doing dance hall. Now he's doing Afro beats. Now
wait, we don't know this Drake.
Yeah, like Feel No Ways is a pop record in my mind. Like it has hip hop elements to it, but it's a pop record.
That's a pop
like,
record, guys. Stop playing around.
And like he's fully leaning into this global shit, like to where like the songs that pop off, like you know, back with like Take Care, like. There was Marvin's Room, but there was also Headlines. There was The Motto.
The Motto.
Oh, The Motto went up.
With Thank Me Later, it was Find Your Love, but it was also songs like Show Me a Good Time, like Unforgettable, like the records that popped off. His lead single for Thank Me Later was I Know Way Too Many People Here. Like that.
But that
Over.
also just the beat with that
Over.
song.
Yeah,
You know what?
Miss Me. Bro,
Yeah.
I just looked at the track list. It's crazy.
Yeah,
Karaoke. Woo.
Come on, man. Come on.
I
And
love
so,
karaoke.
like, with Views, he fully leaned in. Like, Hotline Bling. Like, him doing that was so... Niggas like, what the fuck is this? Niggas didn't get it. But then when they got it, that shit clicked all the way to number 2 on Billboard Hot 100.
That was me for Hotline Bling. Like, I finally got it. Like, I low-key went out of town. I low-key went out of town or did something, like one of my joints like left, and then I was listening to it, and I was like, damn, this nigga's snapping.
He's cooking.
I'm like, this nigga is snapping.
Yeah, you really got,
You have to
definitely
just,
thinking about
Started wearing less and going out more.
Right?
How dare her?
How dare you? How dare you have a good time?
But, yeah, I feel like people lost that touch with him, and this was the start of those conversations where people stopped feeling connected, but it was like he had the vision to recognize where Afrobeats was going to go and really, of course he didn't start the genre, but he's the biggest guy to step into it. Gave WizKid a big look, gave Kyla a big look, signed Popcorn. Obviously, again, the Popcorn version isn't on the album, but like everyone knew what Controller should have been, and that's the song that they heard all 2016. And so, I feel like people felt like he wasn't theirs anymore. And I mean, I get that. It's like a tough thing. If you fall in love with a person for one thing and they start doing other shit and don't give the shit that you love the same attention, then I get it. But I think for people who have open ears and are willing to embrace different genres, then, you know, for you rolling. Like, because you go from Views, next year he drops More Life. More Life is all these different types of vibes. Like, Views felt like the appetizer to what he was really trying to do, and he really recognized, I really got to dominate globally. Like, yeah, London might know me, Africa might know me, but I really need to fully dive in and make a passion fruit, make a fucking Madiba rhythm, make a blem, make all these joints. And, you know, it worked in his favor. So I definitely get why Views are so polarizing and controversial, but I think listeners really struggle with being challenged. Like, that's all, like ultimately what it is. Like, we talked about, what album was it? The last Brent Faiyaz album.
Oh yeah.
Where it's like people are so used to the toxic shit, and then Brent becomes this lover boy, and they're like, "Wait, what the fuck? Like, whoa, this doesn't feel like you." It's like, yes, because he's changed. He's challenging you to connect with something different, and I think over time people will warm up to that album because it's a really good album. It's one of my favorite albums this year. But for like, while I believe new is always better, new isn't always easy to embrace early on. And so I think Views is aging so well because as people see what the music landscape is now, Views is really a precursor for that shit.
Yeah, I also think like maybe people are going, obviously, you know, an anniversary, whatever, but people could also be going back to it to see like that evolution, to see if they peeped it, to see if like, okay, wait, we see like the direction Drake's going. It's like, wait, let me go back and see like when did the seeds for these things get started, planted, like, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, I think it was just like, this is just one of those moments. Like if you really truly are a fan, like you see all the things that stem from this moment in his career.
Absolutely. Yeah. It didn't make sense to some. It makes sense to me, but it makes all the sense in the world now. And I think I love it so much more now. It's also, I think it's one of his best written albums as well.
For sure.
Like,
for sure.
Just, again, the records like Feel No Ways, the records like Fire and Desire, Redemption, but then Western Road Flows, one of his best rap performances of his career. The title track, of course, like, it's Views is amazing, man. Like, and it feels cinematic too. Like, it really feels like...
I can see how you say that.
Like, again, while I'm critical of the sequencing of it, like, I feel like in its totality, there is a narrative, there is a through line, and yeah, I just love it.
Okay, so I have a question. So, like, you know, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think, like, his mixtape could have been in it. Like, he could just perform that.
What? Which one?
His debut mixtape.
So Far Gone.
So Far Gone,
Absolutely.
Right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
So, do you think that he could perform, like, Views could be a show?
Oh, absolutely.
Like, on the way that, like, So Far.
Absolutely. Oh, my God.
Because that's, like, as you're talking, that's what I'm thinking about. Like, you know, we're saying the storytelling and, like, looking back into his brain and this and that and the third. So it's, like thinking about how impactful So Far Gone was. And so when that finally came on streaming and everything, it's like, okay, so if you feel like that about this album, like, I wonder what would a Views, like, or concert show like look like?
If he wanted to book the where the Raptors play for 3 nights straight and have like a Views like
listening party,
10-year anniversary,
concert, that should be sold out in a heartbeat.
Because there's 4 different pockets of the album.
Yeah,
he's got like
that's a real like
the melody singing stuff, keep the family close, Redemption, Fire and Desire, and then he's got the rap stuff like Hype, Grammys, Western Road Flows, Views. He's got the global stuff, the Controllers, the One Dances, even Too Good you kind of fit in there. And then he's got the other shit like Still Here, Child's Play, which
you got the ballads,
like joints I think people sleep on. Like there's different pockets, so this could be like a 3-act show. And it would work. It would absolutely work.
Did anybody go to any of you guys go to the show he had at the Apollo?
Yeah, I was there.
What was it like?
Amazing, because it felt like Drake's B-side show.
Yeah, like that's what.
He performed Trust Issues. He performed Passion Fruit.
Oh yeah, he went crazy.
He performed joints off of Nothing Was the Same. I think that was his first time performing outside of the Summer 16 tour where Views dropped. He performed. That was my first time hearing him do Feel No Ways, and that shit was incredible. So yeah, I loved it. Like obviously he did a bunch of his big records too, but it felt like he did a lot of his B-sides, which I really enjoyed.
Maybe he should do more of that.
He definitely should.
More of like the intimate, like slowed down kind of.
This is the thing, and to close, but people call Drake a pop star because his most popular records are either hip hop songs or like pop type stuff or
The reach they have.
kind of a hybrid of them. Drake fans, their favorite songs are the B-sides, like Cameras, like From Time or Too Much or Trust Issues or like stuff like that. So that's why I enjoy the Apollo show so much, is because he's not catering to, you know, the stuff that's the biggest, his biggest hit. He's doing stuff that he really loved. He performed Jaded at that show. Like I'm like, bro, like I didn't think I'd ever hear Jaded live. So yeah, like that. I think that's why a B-sides or even like a C-sides show would be amazing for him, because he's got so many great records that aren't the biggest joints, but it's his non-biggest records that are arguably his best shit.
That they deserve. Yeah. They deserve their own like something.
Yeah. So that is our revisit of Views. Listeners, we would love to hear your thoughts on this incredible album. Feelings on the ghostwriting stuff and how it played into his psyche. Thoughts on the rollout. Your reception of it then versus now. How you feel he executed his ventures into dance hall and Afro beats. And where you think Views ranks in his discography. Zahra, thank you so much for stepping in for Miss 2B's.
Of course,
I had a great time with you. We gotta do this more often.
Yeah, I had some big shoes to fill. So.
No, you held it down.
I hope so.
I held it down. It's people who you'll pod with, and you're just like, all right, hurry up, get through whatever you're saying. But that's not you.
Thank you.
You actually have a lot of quality shit to say.
Oh, thank you. I really appreciate
I'm sure
that.
Miss 2B's would appreciate having another woman voice next to her.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, we definitely got to bring you on the mic soon. But yeah, just thank you so much for pulling up. I had a great time with you.
I did too.
And so for our incredible editor, Zahra, for Mr. Where There's a Will, There's a Way, Drip Skylark Will, and for myself, the founder of Bald Nigga Ballers, Armon Sadler, make sure you follow us at Stay Busy Pod on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, Facebook. Subscribe on YouTube. Subscribe to Patreon, patreon.com/Stay Busy Pod. But most importantly, make sure that you stay safe, stay healthy, and stay busy.